The resistance of a conductor is given by rho L by A. We can use this formula directly to find out the resistance of a conductor only under some conditions where rho is a constant, it should not be variable. If L is a constant and the area is uniform and perpendicular to flow of current. Now, let me take one simple problem here. This is a cylindrical wire. Hollow cylindrical portion with internal radius A and outer radius B. Let the length of this one is L. So this is the material and the current is passing through this one from left to right. So from here and the current is leaving this end. Now first of all we need to check whether rho is constant or not. This is a single material, so rho is constant and L is constant here. The length of this one is constant and the uniform area should be uniform and perpendicular to the flow of current. So this is the area which is uniform here. Here the area is pi into outer radius square minus inner radius square. So the area of cross section at the left hand is pi b square minus a square. And even if you take a small portion here, then also the area of this one is pi b square minus a square, and at the end also pi b square minus a square. So area is uniform throughout and perpendicular to the flow of current. Here current is entering like this. So this is the area and this is perpendicular to this one. So current is perpendicular to the area. So directly we can use this formula. We can write the resistance of this hollow conductor is given by rho into length L into what is the cross sectional area which is perpendicular to the flow of current. This is given by pi into b square minus a square. This is the expression to find out the resistance of this wire. Suppose if you consider one more example here, one more case, the same conductor, but I am taking only the cross section here. So this is the cross section. So in this cross section here, current is flowing along the length. Here I flowing along the length of the conductor. But here current is not flowing along the length, current is flowing from center to radially outwards in all possible directions. So this is the direction of flow of current here. I, this is I, this is I, this is I, this is I. If current is flowing radially, this is along the length, this is current I flowing radially outwards. So in such case, what to do? Here what we can write? We cannot apply R is equal to rho L by directly here. Reason? The rho is constant in this case also because same material only current is flowing through this part, this part, this part, this part. This is entirely made of the same material, so rho is constant. But L is constant. Here we have to check whether L is constant or not. Here the current is flowing like this, like this, like this. So this is the length through which the current is flowing. But if you take one more current here, the length is also here constant, here constant. But what about the area of cross section, whether it is uniform or perpendicular to the flow of current or not? Here, if you take this one, here current is flowing like this, this is area. But here, this is the area and this is the area. Now, if you take this one, this is area and area. So, area is perpendicular to the flow of current, but the area is not uniform. See here, if you take this inner ring, the area of cross section here is pi into a square, but externally this is pi into b square. So area is not uniform. Area is not uniform. Area is perpendicular to the current only, but area is not uniform. So let me draw a bigger diagram here. This is the outer surface. This is the inner surface, and the current is flowing radially outwards here like this. Now, and the current is flowing radially outwards. The area is not constant here. This is the direction of flow of current. Now, as area is not uniform, area is varying. Here, let me take a small portion here within these two rings where the cross-sectional area is almost equal. So, it is a thin ring here. Now, let me substitute this length from here to here. Actually, the inner radius is A, outer radius is B. So, this is A, this is B, and this will be R here. And the thickness of this one is dr. Now, let me use this one. R is equal to, first I need to find out the resistance of this thin strip here, small strip within this hollow conductor. Dr is equal to resistivity rho, length through which the current is flowing through this small portion is nothing but this is the length here. Thickness of the strip is the length through which current is flowing. So this is dr by, what is the area of this strip? Area of this strip is given by, actually pipe is like this. This pipe is like this. So area of this one is first circumference 2 pi r into the length. So through that area current is flowing. So I can write this area as 2 pi r is the circumference of this circular portion into the length of this pipe. You will get a cross-sectional area through which the current is going out into length L. So this is dr. So to find out the total resistance when the current is flowing radially outwards, integrate on both sides. This will get, you will get R is equal to rho constant 2 pi, length of the pipe is also constant, integral dr by r. But what are the limits for radius here? The minimum radius is A, the maximum radius is B. So here I can write A to B here, minimum radius, maximum radius. This is given by rho by 2 pi L, integral dr by r will be log r to the base E with limits A and B. Now the resistance of this wire when the current is flowing radially outwards is given by rho by 2 pi L log B minus log A, or directly I can write log B by A to the base E. So this is the resistance of this one when the current is radially flowing outwards. Another similar example here. So let me take a truncated cone. Here this is a cone. This is the axis. So here the radius of this one at this edge is A and radius at this edge is B here. So let me take this as A, this is B. Now I need to find out the resistance of this truncated cone, that means a frustum of a cone here. Actually this is the actual cone here, and if you extend this one, this is the actual cone, but a small portion of this one I am taking, a frustum of a cone. Now the length of this cone, let us say this is L, and the current is flowing along the length of this one here. So current direction of flow of current is like this. So this is the direction of current in this one. First of all, we will check whether we can use this direct formula or not. First of all, rho is constant. This is made of a single material. First one, yes. Second one, length is constant or uniform. Here length is constant, that is L only from this to this end. Okay. Area is uniform. No, area is not uniform. Here area pi into A square. Here area pi into B square. This is the circular portion. So area is not uniform, and the current should be perpendicular to this area, should be perpendicular to the flow of current. Now let me check one small portion here. So this is the small portion. Here current actually as it is enter into this one, it will go like this, 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 it will go like this. Now you can see the area is like this, area vector is like this, but current is flowing like this. These two are not in the same direction. Area should be perpendicular to the flow of current. This is the area, but the current is flowing like this. Current is not flowing like this. So these two cases are not valid in this diagram. That's why I am going to draw the same diagram here. This is the initial or first radius A. This is B. So in this case, when the current is flowing, let me consider a small portion here. This is the small strip. So we have to integrate this to find out the resistance whenever if these conditions are not satisfied. Now here as the current is flowing in this direction I and leaving in this direction I. So let me take this length, actually it is given as L. Now this portion, this length let us say X, and the thickness of this one is dx, and the radius here I can take R as it is along y axis, let me take it as y. In this diagram, what we can write, if you draw a parallel line here, this is the angle theta. So from this angle, what we can write, what is tan theta here? Tan theta is given by opposite side by hypotenuse. Opposite side is, from the diagram we can write, opposite side is only this much. So y minus a, this is y minus a by, and adjacent side is, this is equal to x, which is also equal to, as it is similar triangles here, tan theta can also be written as, this is b, this is a, so this will be b minus a by, from here to here length is L. So from this we can write, by cross multiplication, y minus a is equal b minus a by L into x, or y is equal to b minus a by L into x plus a. So this is the relation between y and x here, as b, a, L are constants. Now differentiate this one. By differentiating this equation, we will get dy is equal b minus a by L is constant, derivative of x is dx, and a is a constant, derivative of a is 0. So this is, let me take it as equation 1. Now let me substitute this one, resistance of small circular strip of radius y is given by, so I am going to write this as dr is equal to resistance rho into, what is the length through which the current is flowing through this one? The length of this one is nothing but thickness of this strip, which is given by dx by, what is the area of this strip here? This is a circular area, only the circular portion. So pi into y square, area is equal to pi into y square. So this small radius is given by rho constant, pi constant. In place of dx, here you can see this dx is nothing but dy by b minus a by L. In place of dx, I am going to write dy by b minus a by L into y square. So this dr is given by rho, L will go up, pi into b minus a dy by y square. This is equation 2, that is small radius of the small strip. To find out the total radius, integrating this on both sides by integrating integral dr is equal integral rho L by pi into b minus a dy by y square. But what is the variable here? Rho constant, L length constant, pi, 2 radii are constants. The dy is the variable here. And what is the least value of y and what is the maximum value of y? This is y here, this is y. Least value is equal to a and the maximum value is equal to b. So here I can write the limits are a and b. So bring this dr, integral dr will become r, rho constant, length constant, pi into b minus a, integral dy by y square with the limits a to b can be written as rho l by pi into b minus a. This is integral dy by y square is minus 1 by y with the limits a and b. Now substitute this a and b. The resistance of this frustum of cone is given by rho l by pi into b minus a is constant, minus upper limit 1 by minus b, minus of minus 1 by a, this will become 1 by a plus b, 1 by a minus 1 by b. So this is a rho l by pi into b minus a. Take LCM, this is ab, so this will become b minus a. You can cancel b minus a, b minus a, and the final answer rho l by pi into ab. So the resistance of a frustum of cone is given by, for this R is equal to the resistivity into length by pi into product of A and B. This is the resistance of frustum of a cone. One more example based on the same concept. Here there is a 1/4 of a pipe. Here this is a like this. So through this section current is passing here, entering here, and it is leaving here. So what is the resistance of this pipe here? Now here the inner radius of this pipe from center, this is A, and the outer radius is B. So to find the resistance of this one, first of all we have to check whether rho is constant or not. As it is made of same material from here to here, rho is always constant. What is the length? Whether it is constant or not. Here current is entering here, so current will flow like this and it will come here. So the length here is not constant. Why? Because so here when the current is entering in this direction, here, this length is less, which is equal to 1/4 of the circumference of a circular portion. So this will be here. Let me draw the same diagram here. This is inner radius A and this is outer radius B. So what is the length of this portion here? This is 1/4 of the circumference of a circle here. Total circumference 2 pi a. So this is 2 pi a by 4. So this is 2 pi a by 4, or you can write pi a by 2. This is the length here. But what about this length here? Outer edge is equal to pi b by 2. So length is not constant here, it is not uniform. Why? Because current will flow, enter here. This current is traveling only very close to this edge. This current will travel a distance of pi a by 2, whereas the current which is traveling on the edge of the outer edge, it has to travel pi b by 2. So in this problem, length is not constant or uniform. Next one. Area, whether it is uniform or not. As it is a square portion here, this is a square portion. This is a square portion. Here current is entering here. Area of this one is, if you know this inner radius, outer radius, and the height of this one, let us say this is h. Then area is constant, but length is not constant. Now what I am going to write here, if you take this bottom portion here, so I am drawing here, this is the bottom portion through which current is coming out. So the inner radius in this edge is A and this edge is at a distance B here, and this, let me take a small portion here like this. Let the distance of this one from this here is x, and this is dx. Now, what is the resistance to that small strip? dr is given by rho into length through which this current is coming. Here I have taken this here. If you take this diagram, this is the portion that we are considering here having thickness dx. So, what is the total length of this one? As it is, this length is x, this will be pi x by 2. So, length is equal to pi x by 2 by what is the area of this strip here? Area through which the current is passing. This thickness is delta x, this height is h. So, this will be h into dx. This is the small resistance of the small strip. Now, you can see here these are all small strips which are parallel to each other. So, what I am going to write, the total resistance is given by 1 by r is equal to 1 by r1 plus 1 by r2 plus 1 by r3. So, 1 by r is equal to 1 by dr1 plus 1 by dr2 plus 1 by dr3 so on 1 by drn. So, this 1 by r, as drs are or strips are having equal thickness. So, all dr components are same. This will become 1 by dr, and this you can write it as, this is dr, I need 1 by dr, this is h into dx by rho pi x by 2. So, bring the constant terms outside, this is 2, h constant, rho constant, pi constant, integral dx by x. So, what is the minimum value of x and what is the maximum value of x? If it is x, minimum value is a, maximum value is b. So, here I am going to write this as a and b are the limits. So, this is 2h by rho pi, integral dx by x is log x to the base e with limits a and b. So, this 1 by r can be written as 2h by rho pi log b minus log a, or directly log b by a to the base c. This is 1 by r value, but I need r value. So, resistance of this strip is given by resistivity into pi by 2h into, this is 1 by log of b by a to the base e. This is the resistance of the strip. Same case, here previously current was entering here and leaving here, perpendicular to this area. Let us say current is flowing through this pipe into the board like this. This is the direction of current. So, if the current is entering into the paper, now let us say this thickness of this one is here, this will be h, this is h. So, this is also h here, this is the h. Now, how to find the resistance of this one? Resistance is given by rho L by A. Whether we can use this formula directly or not, let me check it. Rho is rho, length through which the current is flowing. So, this is the length through which the current is flowing here. These are the lengths. So, this is h. So, the length of this through which the current is flowing is h by what is the area of cross section through which this is flowing. Here also the inner one is pi a square, outer one is pi b square if it is a complete circle, but it is 1/4 of this one, pi a square by 4, this is pi b square by 4. So, the total area of cross section is pi by 4 b square minus a square. So, we can use this direct formula. Why? Because rho constant, length is constant, which is equal to h in this case, and the area is uniform and perpendicular to the flow of current. Current is flowing like this and the area is like this. Area is perpendicular to the flow of current. So, all these cases are satisfied in this one. Directly we can write r is equal to h by pi by 4 p square minus a square. This is a problem based on path symmetry. So, previously in the previous class we discussed about perpendicular axis of symmetry and parallel axis of symmetry. But here the path symmetry will be considered here to solve this problem. Here I want to find out the resistance, effective resistance between these 2 points A and B. So this is also called a skeleton cube. So in the skeleton cube, you can watch 4 resistors at the bottom, 4 resistors at the top, and 4 more resistors in the vertical direction. So let us say resistance of each one is R. So what is the resistance between points A and B? So to find out the resistance, first of all, we have to assume that both A and B are connected to a battery. So this is the battery. So let us say some current is coming here. So let that current entering into this point 1 is, let us say the main current coming from the battery is I. Now for this current to travel to that point B or through that point 7, it has so many paths. So we will denote the paths in which this current can divide, can move. See, this current can go along 1, 2, 3, 7. So this is first path A, 1, 2, 3, 7. This is one path. Next 1, 4, 3, 7. 1, 4, 3, 7. This is one path. 1, 4, 8, 7. 1, 4, 8, 7. One more path. 1, 5, 8, 7. 1, 5, 8, 7. One more path. 1, 4, 3, 7. 1, 4, 3, 7. So you can write so many paths here, but you can see all these paths are symmetrical paths. So what are those paths? This one, 1, 2, 3. But you can ask, or you can see, even this current can move from 1 to 2, 2 to 6, 6 to 5, 5 to 8, 8 to 7. It can go like that. Or 1 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7. But these are the different paths. But here, while solving these problems, always try to take the minimum path in this type of problems. Minimum paths are always symmetrical. So what are those minimum paths? This one, 1, 2, 3, 7, 1, 4, 3, 7. So only 3 branches. Now, that's why this current I can be divided into 3 different parts. Now, this one, 1, 2, 3, 7, this path. 1, 4, 3, 7, 1, 4, 3, 7, or 1, 5, 8, 7, 1, 5, 8, 7. These are all symmetrical paths. Even 1, 4, 8, 7 also symmetrical. 1, 4, 8, 7 symmetrical path. But as I am taking this point, the current will be divided equally as they are symmetrical paths. So now this current will become I by 3. This current will be divided into I by 3. This current will be divided into I by 3. Current will be divided equally only if they are symmetrical paths. Okay, now when this I by 3 current comes to this point, once again it has 2 more paths to travel. As this path and this path and this path are symmetrical, once again this current to I by 3 divides into 2 equal parts, I by 3 by 2, I by 3 by 2. So I can write this as I by 6, I by 6. Similarly, this I by 3 here, when it comes here, it can divide into 2 more parts, I by 6, I by 6. Similarly, this current I by 3 will divide into 2 more paths, I by 6, I by 6. Now, after this what happens? You see, this current I by 3, after dividing into I by 6, this will come here. This I by 6 will come here. As these two are meeting at this point, these two combines to give a single current. So I by 6 plus I by 6, once again this will become I by 3. This I by 6, this is also I by 6. So this will become I by 3. This is I by 6. This is also I by 6. This will become I by 3. So now all these 3 currents are I by 3, I by 3, I by 3. And if you add this I by 3, I by 3, I by 3, once again this will become I. So we know that the incoming current I should be equal to the outgoing current in any junction. So there is no loss of current. So this is how we can divide the direction, this magnitude of current or strength of current according to path symmetry. Now you can consider any one path, the shortest path. Minimum path are also called the shortest path to find the resistance, effective resistance between A and B. So this is A, no resistor here. So from this point to this point 7, what are the shortest paths available? So we can consider any one path. So let me consider this 1, 2, 3, 7. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 7. So along this path, 1, 2, 3, 7. This is one of the shortest path. Now in this case, the potential difference between A and B is given by the amount of current passing through this one into the equivalent resistance between A and B. So this is R equivalent is the equivalent resistance between A and B. So what is this VAB, potential difference between A and B? This is point A, this is point B. The potential difference between these two is equal to potential of the battery. So I am going to write this as V is equal to the current that is entering into this circuit is I. What is this R value? Here, as we are choosing one of the path which is symmetrical, the potential drop across this one plus potential drop across this one plus potential across this one will be equal to sum of these three potential must be equal to this. So this I am going to write resistance between A and B. But this potential is equal to the potential drop between 1, 2 plus potential drop between 2, 3 plus potential drop between 3, 7. So what is the potential difference between any 2 points? The amount of current flowing into resistance there. So the amount of current between 1 and 2 is I by 3, resistance is R. So I can write I by 3 into R. Between 2 and 3, the current is I by 6, resistance is R. So this is I by 6 into R plus this is also I by 3 into R. Between 3 and 7, current is I by 3 into R. So this is equal to the total current I into the total resistance or effective resistance between A and B. So you can take 3, 6, 3, LCM is 6, 3 2, so this is 2 IR, 6, this is IR, this is 2 IR, which is equal to I into RAB. 2 plus 1, 3 plus 2, 5 IR by 6 is equal I into RAB. You can cancel I and I. So from this we can write the resistance between AB is given by 5 into R by 6 or 5R by 6. Here R is resistance on each side of that skeleton cube. One more problem that can be solved in different methods. So as it is, let me connect one battery here. So if you connect the battery, the current that is entering here, let us say this is I. Now you can use the path symmetry as well as purple axis symmetry or parallel axis symmetry. Here, as it has 3 different paths and all these 3 are similar here. Afterwards, this and this paths are similar. So this path and this path are similar and this path is different. That means the amount of current will not be divided equally here. Why? Because after dividing here, this will go and here once again it will divide, but this current will not divide here, it will go like this. Now you can take one purple axis here. About purple axis, this is symmetrical, but already I told you in purple axis symmetry, if it is I, current this is I, this is capital, this is small I. Here if you fold this diagram about this axis, this current and this current will be opposite if you fold the circuit. But what we can write, the same diagram as it is symmetrical about the purple axis of symmetry, we can write this as this one. This point, that is middle of the resistance here and middle of this resistance here and this point O are in same or at equipotential. So what we can write, let me draw this diagram as it is here. This is also as it is here. and this will not also change, this will not change here. Now this point, let me take this as A, B. Both A and B are same potential, and the potential of A, O, B are same, so we can join them directly. So that means while joining, I need to disconnect this one, or I have to cut this one. I need to join only half of the resistor here and half of the resistor here, like this. So this will be half of the resistor here, half of the resistor here, half of the resistor here, half of the resistor here. These are all R. This is R. But this will be R by 2. This is also R by 2. This is one method of solving this problem. Already we solved a similar problem in the previous class also. But one more method is here in the same problem. As the paths are symmetrical in this diagram, that is, here the current will divide here, this current will go here, and then here before connecting this, as A, O, B are at same potential, what we can write, this is symmetrical about parallel axis of symmetry also, that is about x-axis also. So we can fold this one to the up. So if you fold it, this is R, 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 this is the upper portion. You can fold this entire diagram to the upper, so that we know that this point at same potential, even this point and this point are similar, identical, this and this are also identical, so all these are identical. Then this will come like this, 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 and even this will come like this. Now this is M, this is M dash. So this is R. So now as these two are parallel, this will become R by 2. This is also R by 2. This is also R by 2. This is also R by 2. Now the same diagram can be redrawn like this. This is R and R. This is R by 2. 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 So even after getting this diagram, some students had doubt whether these are parallel series. What we can say, now you can divide about this axis. Why? Because this is also symmetrical about this one, perpendicular axis symmetry. Or as this point and this point are having same potential, we can say that whatever the current that is entering here, it will divide into two parts, not equal parts, two different parts. After that, some current will go here, and the same current will go here, as this potential and this potential are same. So for equipotentials, you can disconnect that one also. You can draw like this. Now this diagram can be drawn like this. This is R. This is R. This will become R. This is R. This is also R. R by 2, it will become R. So this is R by 2, this is R by 2. This is R by 2, this is R. Now this is the circuit. R by 2 plus R, these two are parallel. So R by 2 into R by 2 plus R. This is R square by 2 by 3R by 2 cancel. This is R by 3. This value is R by 3. R by 3, R by 2, R by 2 series. So R by 2 plus R by 3 plus R by 2 in series. If you take 6 here, 6 2s, 3R, 2R, 3R, 8R by 6, R, 4R by 3. So total together this is 4R by 3. This is 4R by 3. This is 2R at bottom. So these two once again parallel. 2R into 4R by 3 by 2R plus 4R by 3. This is 8R square by 3 by, this is 3 2s are 6, 10R by 3 or 3 by 10R. So this 3 get cancelled, RR get cancelled. This is 4R by 5. So this is the total resistance between M and M dash. The effective resistance between A and B. You see this diagram carefully. So there are 4 resistors R1, R2, R3, R4. Magnitudes are not given. Just R1, R2, R3, R4. And these are the wires that are used to join this upper branch with the lower branch. Now, if you join this to a battery, just assume that this is connected to a battery. So in this battery, whatever the current that comes here, how many paths are available for the current to travel here? 2 paths. This current can go through this R1 and then through this wire, and it can go, or it can go like this, it can come back like this, because this current can move in this direction also. But I am telling, if there are 2 paths between a town, this is a town bus station, and this is the path to your village. So from bus station there is a path here, there is a road, and around 10 kilometers distance, this is our village. So this is our village. Now this is a 10 kilometers distance, but there is one more path like this. This is around let us say 13.8 kilometers. Now if you reach this town around midnight to 1:30 or 2 o'clock, and in between we have a forest here, and in between we have a river also, and we need to go through this path, along this path by swimming only, because there is no bridge also. But the same river is coming here, but this is a national highway and there is a bridge over this river. Bridge is also provided. Now midnight at 1:30 a.m. generally we prefer this route. Why? Because this is a forest. That means for our motion there is a lot of opposition here. This forest, this river, everything, this is opposition. Just like in this circuit, we will try to choose the path where the resistance is less, because this is having street lights throughout its length. Even though the length is slightly bigger, the distance is bigger than this one, but we will choose this path only. Similar to us, because here opposition is more. The forest is there, there may be some snakes, some cruel animals, and we need to swim here, and we have one big hill is there. We need to walk up on the hill, and we have to reach our village through this one. So here opposition is more. When the opposition is more, then we will choose the path where opposition is less. Now here also for this current, it has 2 paths. See this path. If it comes to this path, directly it can join, it can go here, and it can join, and it can come to this path, it will reach. So this is one path. So this is just like a national highway in my example. This is a national highway because there is no resistor in its path. But whereas if you choose the other paths, here there is a resistor here. After that it has to cross one more resistor, or even if it comes here, this is a smooth path only, but it has to cross the resistor here. Similarly, if you choose this one, and if you take this one, it has to cross one resistor here, 2 resistors here. So which is the best path for the current to travel now? Current always choose the path where the resistance is least or there is no resistor at all. So now this current will travel through this path, because in between these 2 points there is no resistor. After that it will travel like this, no resistor here, and then it will go like this. So the path chosen by the current has no resistance at all. Then this type of circuits are called short circuit. Short circuit means there is no resistance in this path. So resistance between A and B for this current is 0. So the effective resistance between A and B is also 0. Infinite series are also called ladder circuits. What are these infinite series? So let me draw one infinite series here. So this is a infinite series with the points A and B, and the resistors in this circuit are given as each resistor is equal to resistance R, 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 this is R, this is R, 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 like this. Now, how to find the resistance between points A and B? So, how many branches are here? There are a lot of branches in this one. This is just like a ladder. In some books it is given as a ladder circuit, or in some books it is given as infinite circuits. So now there are so many links here, just like a chain. So whenever this type of problem is given, what we have to do, you can see this is the first link in this one. After that the second link is also similar to this one. Third link is also similar to this one. Fourth link is similar to this one. So there are so many links like this in this infinite series. So from this what I am going to write, I am going to take only the first one, R, 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 and the remaining circuit is redrawn with by representing only a single one. So let me take it as a X. So in this circuit, if you remove one chain link, the remaining resistance is also X only. So this is X. For this I am just adding one more link here. So this is A and B. So these two are in parallel. So what I can write, R into X by R plus X. This circuit can be redrawn like this. This is R, this is also R, but now this value is R into X by R plus X between A and B. Now these three are in series. So for series we can have this formula, R1 plus R2 plus R3, that is R into Rx by R plus X plus R is equal to X. So take LCM here, this is R plus X, this is R square plus Rx plus Rx plus R square plus XR is equal to X. R square, 2R square, Rx, Rx, this is Rx. So this is 2R square plus 3Rx is equal to Rx plus X square. So this will become X square, Rx minus 3X square, 2Rx minus 2R square is equal to 0. This is in the form of Ax square plus Bx plus C. I want that X value because X is the effective resistance here. So X can be written as minus B plus R minus root over B square, that is minus 2R whole square minus 4 A 2R square by 2 into 1. So this you can simplify this as 2R plus R minus, this is 4R square, 4 plus 2 8, 8 plus 4 12R square by 2. So 2R by 2 will become R, plus this is root 12 R square. So under R square which is R, root 12 can be written as 4 into 3 or 2 root 3. So this is 2 root 3 R by 2, because already 2 R by 2 are wrote here, otherwise you write 2 R by 2. You can cancel this 2 and 2. So if you take R common, root 3 plus 1, this is the effective resistance here.